What's my final score?
6.
Woo! And how many do I need to pass?
6.
What?
600. You need 600 to pass. You got 6.
Okay, hi everyone. Hi everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. How's everyone doing? Everyone doing good? How's everyone on this lovely, lovely day? I accidentally just changed my profile picture to my Facebook profile picture to my logo. It used to be Yoshi. What's going on? Let's change that. Let's fix that real quick. No. No, not story. There you go. Oh, okay. Right. So I think when I connected this morning, I connected my Instagram to my... Yeah, there it is. Okay. Right, I just need to disconnect my account because that's not right. I don't want that. I don't want that. Here we go. Let's try and fix that. There we go. Okay. What a shambles. It was meant to be just the page, but no, I don't know which one's which. Okay, designers. Oops. Gotta love to start your Monday morning with a little boo-boo. Ain't nothing. It changed my name as well. It changed everything. Ugh, that's the last time I'm syncing anything. Ugh, get out of here, man. No, I was asking for, oh, flip's sake. What a mess. Anyway. Dun, 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 dun. I disconnected my screen as well. Come on. This song does not work as a lo-fi beat. There we go. Alright, so we have a new playlist. Might be glad to know. We're just gonna try it out. See what happens. Now I'm pretty sure it's all copyright free. But last time we thought that was the case. It was not the case. So what can you what can you do about it? What can you do about it? This is actually just a mess. Now I need to connect. I need to log in the face. Oh, this is such a pain. Why did it just get me to log into Facebook? All of that for nothing. I need to change my name. Dumbass. Oh. Okay, that was the biggest mistake I've ever made. Don't ever connect your accounts. Don't ever connect your accounts to Facebook. Even if it's Instagram. What a mess. What a mess. You know what? Just remove account. What an absolute shambolic mess.
I will miss you forever.
Wow. No. Okay. Okay. Edit profile. Do not make me log into Facebook and go to Facebook to change my name on Instagram. There we go. Go. There we go. Okay. We're back to normal. What a mess. What a mess. What a mess. All right. Cool. Let's just all right. So, how's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? How you doing? How you doing? Okay. Okay. Right. Facebook is already having issues with this playlist. We should be okay. I hope. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it. See what happens. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Yeah, so this morning when I connected my Facebook account to my Instagram, all I wanted to do was connect the page to my Instagram account. But what it did instead was connect everything I've ever made on Instagram and on Facebook all into one place. And so it changed all the profile pictures, it changed all the names for everything. So my business accounts became Rick Bueno. What a mess. Sorry, there's something in my way. Oh, what is that? Oh. Okay, we're good. Oh, what a way to start this Monday week, huh? But no, fear not. My glasses are very dirty. Fear not, for my glasses are dirty. Dirty. You dirty boy. Okay. Let's turn down the music a little bit. Let's get the show on the road. So, welcome to Designers Alliance. Welcome to Monday. Monday. How's everyone feeling? I'm excited for this week. It's going to be a quite an interesting week we have planned. I am currently working on portfolio updating. So every day I try a different project, or I take on a new challenge. And yeah, so last time I think we were working on, let's see if we can get it up. There it is. So last time we did this. There we go. We're working on this little women's magazine. And if you remember, the kind of concepts and all the titles kind of came from OpenChatGPT, which is an AI chat tool. And yeah, that's what we're working on. And most recently, the day after that, we were working on something else. We were working on a Coca, like a fizzy drink brand. And this is the design. This is the branding. This is the logo. Vibes Cola. For all your fizzy vibes, experience the fizz. Don't just drink cola, vibe with it. So here we have the original vibes flavor. We also have, what were the other names? Hold on. There it is. You had Groovy Ginger and Lovely Peach. So we were still working on two different colors for that one. And in my spare time, I tried making it into one, doing a mock-up image. That was a lot harder than anticipated. Let's hide desktop guy. I need to change my desktop because it's cool, but it's still the default. It's still, I haven't gotten around to change it. So I am in the process of, okay, just open random stuff. I don't need to, no, that's fine, we're fine. No. I'm in the process of just making it look like it's an actual can rather than a piece of paper stuck on a can or something dumb. Like, look at this curving, it doesn't match. At the bottom as well, the colors aren't right, so we just need to tweak it a little bit, see how it looks. But that's what we're going to do later. That's for another time. Good morning, top of the morning to you. How's you doing? Ready to work? Oh no, I forgot my water. Okay, we'll get it later. It should be okay for now. Let's check up on Facebook, see if it's crying about anything. We're still live. Okay. That's good. Cool. And on YouTube as well. Alright. Yeah. YouTube, where YouTube is having an issue with this. Well, not YouTube. Facebook had an issue with this playlist earlier on. So we're just making sure it doesn't break the live stream. That would be a plus. That would actually be a win. But if it does go wrong, we'll change it back. I think it's just the first two songs maybe of the song of the playlist. That kind of. Yeah, but it's a very long playlist. It's how long is it? 128 hours long. There's so many songs. Hold on. Yeah, there's 3,338 songs on this one playlist. That's insane. Anyway, we keep it going. We keep flowing. Okay, so this next segment, we'll be looking at industry news. However, my intention is to also record it for YouTube. So I might have multiple takes here, but just go with it. Just go with it. Just go with the flow, you know? I'm still working on my ability to work on live content, so let's get it live. Let's do it live. Let's go here. Okay. So we have we are looking. Cool. So last year was a year full of how can I put this? Turmoil, full of changes, and it was a year of development for the design industry as a whole. There was a lot of changes, a lot happening, and that's something that we kind of already talked about with last week. We talked about AI changing things up. We talk about the movement of pay to use and pay to rent, pay for the right to use. It's never ownership, it's never yours. And we kind of looked through the bigger stories of 2022. However, today, for 2023, we want to look forward. We want to look ahead at what's going on with the industry. You know, we want to look at what is up with the design industry. So we are going to look at some predictions and some trends that are likely to happen in 2023 across the design industry. Now, we're not going to look at all of them. like fashion, because fashion you can get down a wormhole, worm. How do you pronounce worm again? Worm? Worm? Wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. Load the music real quick. I need to... Worm. Yeah, see, I had it right this whole time. Worm. Anyway. So, yes. Today we're going to be looking at some trends for 2023. In particular, we're going to be looking at 3 areas for trends. And maybe next week we can cover some other areas as well. But for today, we're going to be looking at interior design, graphics design, and interactive virtual game design. All right. So let's get looking, and let's begin firstly by looking at interior designs and trends to know for 2023. So this is a lovely little article written by the Cosmopolitan. Thank you, Olivia Wagner. So she wrote down a list of some trends that we can look out for in 2023. Let's look at the first one. So next year, apparently, we're going to be looking at embracive curves. Embracing the curves. So her prediction is that we will have a lot more curvaceous designs, a lot more curving, no more straight lines. Here we have a quote by Hana Sethi. We will see a departure from modern lines of mid-century modern furniture, and curved furniture brings back feelings of softness and traditional design. Interesting. Okay, so that's steering more away from the squared and sharp edges. It looks like we're going to a more soft and curved look once again, which arched doorways and round mirrors, softening up spaces and its decor, and something more people are looking at. It's something, it's decor, it's something more people are looking at. I butchered that last the sentence, but yeah, so circular, and I think we're gonna see further down. A lot of these trends have a lot to do with the current environment. So design trends often tend to reflect what society is like and what society is doing. Their kind of views and beliefs, their day-to-days, their scheduling. And in looking at interior design trends, you can always see what the home life is like for a typical, for not majority, for those who can afford it, of course. But again, it reflects in IKEA furniture. So if IKEA does it, everyone kind of does it, kind of like the iPhone. So whenever you want to look at some design trends or some what's coming next to phones, tend to look at either iPhone or Google. They tend to set the trend for that. But that's just as an example. Let's just keep going here on interior design. Now, wood and natural elements. Here we go. The use of wood and natural elements will continue to reign as sustainability and eco-awareness is only becoming more important. So again, more about society, more about what society's kind of going through and some of the trends and movements in society as a whole. So we've recently in 2022, and I'm sure in this year, where we're going to start moving especially into more spatial awareness, environmental awareness in everything we do. So the plastics we buy, the food we buy, the furniture we look at, and the stuff we use to put in our house, what are they, how long are they going to last, where are they from? And that's really been a recent, well, not a recent development, but in the last 10 years, it's definitely grown. And it's definitely something that's very important to a lot of people. And so you're going to see that reflect in a lot of ways. You see car brands now rebranding. So Audi recently published a new logo, and that's kind of meant to bring in and usher in a new era of sustainability and a new era of Audi looking into electric cars and stuff like that. So it's very exciting. So wood and natural elements. I'm a fan of wood and natural elements. I've always wanted to do some woodworking. Maybe I'll get a chance one day, but yeah, no, that's cool. Moody vibes. Okay, what's this? I'm always up for a vibe. Dark walls will continue to be popular, but not just in black. That we've seen trending. It's supposed to say trending, I guess, in the last few years. Contrary to popular belief, dark walls do not make a room feel smaller. It invites more coziness and a moody vibe. Dark walls will be paired with oversized wallpaper patterns like dramatic flowers. Interesting. That's an interesting approach. It brings back to the, what is it, the 80s style, 80s, 70s, where wallpaper was really popping off. You know, you had those really exuberant wallpapers. I'm not too for this one. I do think we've moved, as a society anyway, for our design, we've kind of moved with the idea of having something being a long-standing, or building something that lives longer, so it doesn't show time, it doesn't age quickly. That's the whole point of the whites and the simplistic shapes and the minimalism. That's something that's gonna stand the test of time. However, here with darker wallpapers and textures, those tend to age quite quickly. As a homeowner, you might end up getting sick of it quite quickly. I mean, I do agree with having like a darker room. Maybe in the living room, you have dark tones in your living room. Yeah, just to, you know, soften the vibe and not have anything too strong or too challenging to the eye. But okay, fair enough. Prints and patterns, again, so carrying on from the previous one, we're looking to have more patterns across our homes. So our homes are going to be filled with color, but not in a grail or primary way. Instead, we'll be using fabrics, paint, wallpaper to infuse our rooms with patterns and accents applied with sophistication and thoughtfulness. This is an interesting take. I wouldn't agree with it necessarily. I think if you look at society and the house market worldwide, it's a housing crisis globally. Everyone is struggling to build houses. Everyone's struggling to buy houses. Everyone's struggling to sell houses. And so no one is really buying houses. And if you do, you either have buku bucks or you've been saving up for years, right? And so you don't have that expendable income to kind of like just populate your house. And so I feel like in 2023, it's going to be quite the opposite of what they're describing. Because what they tend to describe tends to be like an over excessive, basically. It's building something to over excess. However, I don't disagree with the fact that you can have a few accents of color splashed around the house. I think that's still achievable. However, I think the focus for interior designing, especially in 2023, and especially because as America, as UK, as a bunch of other countries, especially the West, start going into recession, I see that functionality over design is going to be something that pops off this year. And that's a personal prediction of mine. I personally think that in interior design, and I think across a lot of other industries, we're going to see functionality and form, functionality over form. So something that looks good may not be as preferred as something that has multi-functions. And we can see that as a lot more people tend to move towards apartments. Apartment spaces aren't that large. You don't have that much space to work with. And so you try to use as much space as you've got. And so When you use when you buy a sofa, you don't want to just buy a sofa. You want to buy a bed sofa. It's a multi-function thing. When you have your living room and it's connected to your kitchen, you just don't want to have all your space taken up by a living room. You want a kitchen multi-function with a living room. And so I think that's definitely something that's going to increase in 2023. However, I don't disagree with a splash of color here and there just to change up the busyness of the multifunctional apartment and the multifunctional house. Now here they have an interesting point. They're talking about ceilings. This is the next one. Wallpaper is always a client favorite, but wallpapering a ceiling is going to be trending. That's that's a weird one. Adding a graphic print on the ceiling to draw your eye up on the cool factor. Wallpapering the ceiling is a gigant print or a bold color is a beautiful texture like linen. This is such a fun idea and more clients are incorporating it in their homes. Interesting. Again, what kind of clients? I think having a busy ceiling kind of brings the ceiling down. Having a busy ceiling always kind of tends to bring it down. You always want something there. You don't want it just flat and white. You always want maybe a texture or something, just to give it some variance. But I think having it be a standout face of the room, I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with that, but fair enough. Comfy, cozy lighting, yes. So this is definitely something that's been building up across the years. It's the use of lighting in the room. I have here some LEDs in the room. I usually just leave it on when the TV's on. I don't have it on any other time. But when it is on and I'm watching TV, having that cozy lighting, I can turn off the lights there. I have a little lampshade on the other side of the room. It's just, it just adds, it creates, basically it's like having two rooms within a room. By having different lighting modes, you can have different rooms and different atmospheres within one room itself. And again, it plays to the fact that you don't have a room just to study and a room just to work and a room just to eat. You have all of those sometimes all combined into one. And so you need to be able to set different atmosphere and different moods depending on the need. And lighting is an excellent way of changing that, of having that. So yeah, I think, and reuse as well. Okay, so making the old new, using recycled material and incorporating more vintage and antique items. I think that's possible. I do think that's an interesting trend. Yeah, it could happen. I think it could happen as a prediction. Hello, Leo, what it is? Good to see you. We're looking at trends 2023, what we can expect to see in the world of design. But yeah, so yeah, the last trend here was making the old new, so reusing vintage. I think that's a growing sentiment. I definitely think that's a growing sentiment. Not only going off the backs of recycling and the, how could I put it? The global warming, the environment, taking care of the environment. I think reusing and recycling material is definitely going to be a big trend moving into 2023. And when you look at the economic side as well, with people's pockets being tightened up, buying vintage and buying used is a lot cheaper sometimes than buying new. And so you tend to find a lot of people will start moving towards the buying used and buying old and turning it into something, either turning it into something new or just buying it usable already. So I agree. The reused and renew, reused, recycle is definitely an interesting one. Cool. Now this is an interesting point. Individual style and creativity. So as 2023 rolls out, as COVID kind of takes a backseat and looks at is at the back of our minds, still kind of there, kind of scaring us a little bit, but now directly behind us. people's rooms and people's spaces had been turned into office space and yeah, people's office space, and so it served that direct purpose. I think we are slowly moving away from a direct office space use into more of a multi-use again as part of the economic climate. Multifunction is a thing, but I think that's also people regaining their homes back from their work, so their work took over their house, and so I think people will start reusing spaces and still have their desks set up there. I don't think working from home is going anywhere anytime soon, but the transitioning it over into something that you can actually use in your spare time, in your evenings. So your office space can also be doubled as yoga or an activity room, or, you know, you have a bike, like a bike space there. And just using that space for something that belongs to you and something that's creative to you. Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, so that's some revamped home offices. So that's, I think, interior design trends for 2023. Let's see what they have in store for 2023. Let's have a look. Do you guys have any ideas of trends for 2023 that you could look at? Any guesses as to what could be trending in 2023 when it comes to interior design, or even just in design in general? Tell us. Let's have a quick look. Let's have a quick discuss. What do you think some of the trends are? Okay. All right, feel free to chat or chill. So, let's look at the graphics design trends of 2023. So this article here is by PictoChart, written by Natasja Sunarto. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's fine. It's fine. Now, her idea and her predictions is that we're going to be moving into an expressive artistry kind of year. And she defines it as expressive artistry will blur out the boundaries of good and the bad graphics design and unlock the full expression of creativity. It's about freedom to express diverse personalities, characters, and type in art. So basically, it means throwing out the rule book. Let's get rid of the rule book and let's just go for it. And let's just express what we want to express. And so last time we saw this kind of art style, last time we saw something like this was in Y2K. And we have here, let's just scroll past this. Yeah, it's not expressive artistry if we don't talk about Y2K era. Characterized by distinct aesthetics, period encapsulating holographic gradients and vivid bold colors. So Y2K was really all about expressive shapes, being abstract, gradients, and boldness. Those were the four main pillars of Y2K and the Y2K design. And her prediction is that we are going to get some of it back. And I think she's right. I do agree with her, actually. I do think in 2023, we are going to see a lot more companies and a lot more brands adapt the style of abstractness and creativity. And I think that also pairs up, and I think I'll just say it now so it kind of builds some context, with the whole encourage movement. I keep forgetting words are just escaping my mind today. I don't think I've fully woken up yet. The diversity, the whole movement towards diversity and accepting all people groups, I think this kind of plays off into that a little bit. And it kind of influences the fact that we want to be able to try and everything. No such thing as the wrong answer, basically. There's no such thing as a wrong answer. And I think that kind of what was the Y2K year, the era was about, I think. But from their perspective, it was more about more about expression and celebration of the future, and this is what the future is going to be like, and them trying to take a step towards that. However, here, this expressionism and this expressive artistry is more about an expression of feeling, an expression of personality, of the inner self, and kind of expressing that. So chasing your glow. So here you go. Here's some ideas of what it could look like in brands and type and photography, whatever it may be. Now, I'm okay. It's okay. I'm not the biggest fan with the bright colors. I tend to be a bit more toned down myself as a designer. But something like this is definitely something I can see myself doing. And with the branding as well, depending on the brand, of course, it can work. I do tend to feel that sometimes it does feel a little bit cheap. It does make the product feel slightly cheaper just because of the it's a era of design that's almost 15-20 years old, so it tends to look a bit old. But again, it still has space in the modern day if done correctly, if done well. Here we go. Second trend is inclusive characters. So I agree, that is something that corporations have been doing for the longest time now. If I just Google corporate character illustration real quick, I will get, I'm sure, yeah, this style here. This like faceless body shapes, this is the every person, this kind of look is definitely something that we're gonna see an increase in the amount of as we grow towards inclusivity in our designs, and as we grow into, again, expressing who we are and expressing the different kind of people that exist in our surrounding, that exist with us. So a lot more of this, yeah. And I think last week I was looking at some what was it? I was looking at some portfolio work, and there was a lot of portfolios had this kind of art style and drawing on it. So yeah, I think the standout features of these are just the flat shapes. The body types tend to be over exaggerated, and the focus really set on either skin tone or body features, hair features, that kind of thing, and outfits as well. So less focus on body shapes and more on skin tones and culturally relevant clothing or hairstyles. And again, this is more of a move towards, hey, look at us, we're diverse. And companies are going to keep doing that. They're going to keep going towards, hey, look at us, we're approachable and diverse, because that's what companies, that's how they make money. So yeah, cool. Another one is abstract botanical background and patterns. Yes. Okay. So again, we're moving towards the abstract, guys. We're getting rid of all the rule books and we're making shapes and we're putting them on top of each other. We're saying, you know what, color scheme, screw that. We're just going to put colors together. We're going to see how it looks. And it also follows up with a background. A lot more backgrounds. Not simplistic backgrounds, but backgrounds that aren't detailed, basically. And you have more of these shapes. So shapes are going to be really important. So we're minimalizing while also trying to be expressive. And I think that's the difference between this style of the expressive arts compared to the Y2K era. This, we've gone through 15 years of trying to minimalize what the 90s and 80s did. We've been trying to minimalize it. And so now we want to be expressive again, but we still want to maintain that core of minimalism and kind of like information design and just conveying what's actually needed rather than all that you have, all the information you have. And so we're going to see this interesting mixture of complex designs but made up of simple shapes, complex color and color palettes, but then the design itself is very simple and very rigid and very structured. You can see here the song just distracted me. It's such a good. Anyway, yeah, we can see here complex colors and gradients. It's not simple, it's not flat, but then the shapes themselves are very, very abstract, very simple. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, next one, retro cartoon stickers. Okay, again, I think that's more of a nostalgic callback. Every several years we tend to look back and take from the past, and I do think this is one of them. I don't know how, or I don't know if this is just going to be everywhere. I don't think this is going to be a very widespread trend. Yeah, from the 90s. I don't know if it adds much to the expressive artistry, unless the actual stickers. But I don't know. I don't know. We're still there to see. We're still gonna look to see if that's the actual case. If that's the actual case. But I don't personally think it's gonna be that widely used for the stickers anyway. But I do think they're cool. I still like the concept. I still love the idea. But again, I don't think it'll be used. It just has a slight tang of cheese, just a little bit cheesy. Wouldn't say cheap. If the stickers look cool, if the stickers, you know, suit the branding, I don't think it looks that bad. But I think with the whole art styles and stuff like this, with complex color schemes and simple shapes, I don't know, stickers often have a place to play, and they often just look, for lack of a better term, tacked on, you know? They often look second thought. Oh, this space feels empty, let me just put a sticker in there. So I don't know. But stuff like this looks cool. But this is more sticker design rather than actual stickers. So sticker design, I agree. It could be, we could see a comeback of that. But I don't think stickers themselves like this will be very popular. Cool. Modern display type meets organic shapes. Yeah, okay. Organic shapes, yeah. Another form of expressive artistry to watch out for in 2023 is the use of typography in modern display types, combined with a twist of organic shapes. Yeah, it's more of what we were talking about. So the organic shapes are going to take over. The simple, relatively simple shapes are going to take over, with the colors kind of using them as a frame. Yeah, and I've already started to see this in certain brands and certain branding. They've moved into this. Yeah, really well done. Okay, I think we're gonna look at just this one, and then we have another trend to look at, and then we'll go. All right, some out-of-the-box data visualization. Now this is down my alley. I love data. I'm a numbers person. I love infographics. I have an infographic book I need to show you to you guys one day. But it's fantastic. It's great. Right, so sorry, let me just get this page up. There we go. Cool. Yeah, we're good. So data visualization, and I think this movement, you'll see a greater freedom of expression, visualization, data, and numbers in the coming year. Predicted as one of the graphic design trends you'll see. More people use modern typography to highlight important information from their charts and diagrams. Yeah. So again, they're going to simplify it further, but then expand with text and color. So I think that's the kind of mood. That's the kind of mood we're going for. So simplify, but then expand in other areas and overcompensate for other areas. So again, looking at this, very simple design, but expanding in the colors and color schemes and fonts especially. So when you have a simple design, your font needs to overcompensate for that. Yeah, you see here, simple shapes, but colors and text do the trick. Cool. All right. So that's the graphics design trends of 2023. I wonder what else we're going to see in 2023. I'd love to know. It'd be great to look back in at the end of 2023, look back and see Wagwan. Look back and see Wagwan. All right. Cool. We are now going to look at media and gaming trends. So interactive media. Let's look at the interactive media. Okay. Cool. So first, the lines will blur between entertainment and gaming. I think this is the case, and this is a trend that has been going on. I don't think it's exclusive to 2023. We first had a look at that with Fortnite kind of going into doing virtual concerts, and it's no surprise that we're gonna get some cross-pollination starting to happen. So the industry, the music industry is going to come into gaming. Gaming is going to go into Hollywood, and there's going to be a lot of cross-pollination. This year, we already have The Last of Us TV series coming out. We are expecting the Mario movie to come out as well. So, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's the only kind of game/entertainment Hollywood IP that we kind of cross over. League of Legends has been doing a wonderful attempt at bringing in popular artists from the music industry into their projects, and so you have music projects in League of Legends, which is game-related IPs, kind of crossing over with famous pop artists and artists that way. As the streaming war continue, earnings have hit record lows. Entertainment juggernauts from across the industry warning ad revenues and dips in subscriptions have sent top streamers into turbulence. Yeah, and so again, another side to that is streaming. I think streaming has taken a slight hit, not that big. I think they make it sound a lot worse than it actually is. I think streaming is still healthy. It's still something feasible and something that's big. But I think across the entire media industry as a whole, we've taken a hit financially, and that will begin to reflect on the choices that you begin to see. So, and this is something later in the year you'll notice that a lot of tech companies, a lot of media companies, a lot of entertainment companies are going to start to either cut down costs by canceling shows or just doing less shows, doing cheaper shows, or they're going to start firing people. You're going to kind of see that happen across the year. But in regards to entertainers, they're going to have to start doing something more than just streaming to kind of keep up with the income, to keep up with the growth. And they're going to start doing things outside of their regular platform. Okay. The metaverse will begin to reach mainstream audiences. I disagree. I think... Let's just read what they have to say about the metaverse first, but let's see. While the metaverse is still a foreign concept to many, we've recently seen it utilized in more mainstream levels, and I predict that it will only continue to expand. It certainly hasn't slowed down with gaming and new VR models like MetaQuest hitting the market. Plus an upcoming entry from Apple rumored to release this spring. A telltale sign of continued growth comes from widespread adoption by big-name customer brands in a variety of verticals, including traditional sports, fashion brands, and even toy companies. For example, Nike just debuted Swoosh, a collaborative metaverse space where sneakerheads can collect, trade, and flex Nike virtual products. Okay, this is where we have an issue. And let me just go into the big screen for this. I have a big issue with the metaverse as it's seen right now. The way they've kind of portrayed it, the way they're being presented right now, the metaverse is just a social platform, but in the form of a game, right? And I tell you why this won't work. It's because the metaverse is being built around products that are expensive to buy in the first place. Now, you could say the phone was the same concept. Texting and calling was only achieved when phones became readily accessible. But there's a difference between having this phone and having a whole VR set that you have to put on every time you want to go into the metaverse. And you can see that mobile gaming and playing games on the mobile has absolutely shot and increased in popularity. And I wouldn't be surprised that in the few following years, in the next coming decade, that mobile gaming might surpass laptop gaming. And not laptop gaming, but just like PC gaming. I don't see that. I don't see that as a... That's definitely something that's likely, very likely. But the issue with VR is the companies that are currently going after it, the metaverse especially, the companies that are currently backing it aren't doing it. They're just doing it for sales, right? They're not doing it as an authentic product. They're not doing it as an authentic experience. The experience of the metaverse, what is it? Someone tell me, when I get into the metaverse, what am I doing that I can't either do on my phone or in real life? Tell me, and someone explain to me why the metaverse is slightly different and better in certain areas than in real life. For example, Nike just debuted Swoosh, a collaborative metaverse project here. Space where sneakerheads can collect, trade, and flex Nike virtual products. Why, as a sneakerhead, someone who loves sneakers, why on earth would I, a sneakerhead, buy a metaverse account, or if it's VR, buy a VR whatever, to then own a digital shoe that I can share with my other friends who also had to buy the VR and the digital shoes? It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Now, if you were to present to me that maybe if you buy the shoe in real life, you get a QR code and you can add it to your metaverse account maybe, and then you can display your physical products in your virtual account. But that's just having an Instagram account for your shoe collection. And the thing is, it's just for Nike products. It's just for Nike products. So this product here, yes, sneakerheads, but if I wanted to show off my Adidas collection or my New Balance, I'm not getting anything out of it. So it confuses me when people start talking about the metaverse. I think one person and one company that's kind of doing the metaverse okay, and kind of doing it justice, is maybe Fortnite. Fortnite is able to bring live events into their video game, right? However, it only works because it has something else to give in the first place. Fortnite wouldn't be able to run events and wouldn't be able to run concerts if that's the only thing it did. It has a core, which is a video game that millions and millions of people like to play. And so people are just taking the experience out of the core and think it will stand up by itself, but it won't. And that's something that Mark Zuckerberg is finding out the hard way, that he's spending billions on a metaverse project, thinking, yeah, social aspects and social existence. You know, similar to how World of Warcraft did it, and similar to, you know, Wii Sports maybe, and those places. Let's get those social aspects and make something out of it. But then he's removing what brings people in the first place, which is the entertainment. It's not so much the social. You stay for the social aspects, but what brings you in is the entertainment, the virtuals. And that's something that they're completely missing right now. And until they actually realize what makes the metaverse good won't be the fact that you can share your digital sneakers. That's just digital goods. It's non-existent. And the wide public, I think they're going to have a really hard time buying into the fact that you too can own a digital good, because you'll never really own it. If they shut down the servers one day, your digital good that you own is gone. They shut down the servers, they press delete. All it takes is one rich guy to come over and say, yeah, it's not making us enough money, shut it all down. All the money you've spent, all the time and effort you spent on collecting your virtual sneakers, finished. And you don't even need to look further than Google. Google set up Stadia. They set up Stadia, and what happened? People who spent all their money and bought a subscription to Stadia so you can play a game virtually. You never really own the game. Then they shut it down like a year or so later because it wasn't making them enough money. And that's it. Everyone who once had a Stadia account and once used to have all those games in Stadia, they're screwed. Where their games? Gone. You know? So, like, why do you think I should trust Facebook even more to do the same thing? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. The metaverse does not make sense, and I hate it. And so I completely disagree. In fact, you know what? This has triggered me a little bit, so I'm just gonna do this. Let's get in here. Let's can we edit? Yeah. There we go. All right, cool. Edit HTML. We're just gonna backspace. We're gonna go here, edit as HTML. Just gonna delete that as well. There you go. Cool. Make sure it's gone. Doesn't exist. Literally doesn't exist for me. Metaverse is dead. Okay. Esports. Esports will expand beyond the borders of competition. So so this kind of follows a trend that we're seeing globally as well with the entertainment business. The entertainment business is shrinking. It is receiving cuts. People who once worked off debts and kind of lived off from debt to debt are now having to come home to roost. They're having to pay up. And so esports, who is an industry built on other people's monies and other industries' money, they're going to have to pay up. And so now you're going to see a trend where people won't be able to keep up. an esports industry are going to have to cut costs. They're going to have to cut costs to become a sustainable industry, because at the moment, as it stands, it's not very sustainable. All their money comes from sponsors. None of it actually comes from merch or the entertainment factor. The tournaments as they stand right now are seen as more of a advertisement exercise than a actual industry. And so because of that, whenever financial problems come to a company, the first thing that takes a hit is their advertising efforts. And because esports is seen as an advertising effort for a lot of these companies like Riot Games or what other I'm trying to think of other esports that exist. Riot Games basically has a monopoly at the moment, but you have CS:GO and other stuff like that. And I think some games within esports are better than others when it comes to sustainability. But I think across the board, it's very hard at the moment for esports to be sustainable. For an esports company, let's say you own a team or you own an organization that has a team, it's very hard to make money. It's very hard to be sustainable. And so when all your money comes in from advertising, like from tech companies who want to advertise for you, when they don't have that same budget that they used to before to pay you, then you don't have money and you don't have income. And so where do you get money from? And this is where I think esports organizations need to pivot from advertising income and sponsorship income into what football players live on, what football and other sports live on, which are tickets, merchandise, their players being paid to go on other people's adverts and become celebrities that way. And so the players for esport organizations need to be better utilized as talent rather than just players. Otherwise, the support that you get from esports and for your team is not going to bring in income. Because as players come and go, so will your fans. And so they need to build a better base around to monetize their fans and to monetize the sport that they're a part of in the industry. IP developments won't wait around for studios and streamers. As traditional entertainment studios and streamers fight to sustain subscribers, risk aversion has led most revisits to archives of tired and true IP. How many times have you opened Netflix or Hulu in the past few years to find reboots of your favorite films and series of the decade? While nostalgia certainly sells, the shift in focus has made it vastly more difficult to secure greenlight for fresh and original IP. At least throughout traditional avenues, production companies, startup studios, independent creators, hands-on by launching new IPs in social media as an example. Animation studios, creating cost-effective short-term. Okay, so basically the whole point is they're going to keep re-looking at IPs that exist, and there'll be a lot less development of new IPs. As a general, I agree with that. As a general, however, I think there will be a breaking point, because here's the thing, and this is where we go back to the financial aspect. A lot of companies and a lot of production companies like Disney and whoever, a lot of the studios are out here trying to make more money. Their goal is to make money, not entertainment. Let's get it right. Their money is here. Their goal is here to make money. And so when the studio takes a hit or the new IPs aren't doing that well, they're going to go back to what scientifically and what data shows does better, which is old IP. And so when before studios and production houses had to take a leap in a new IP because they didn't have an option, they didn't have anywhere to fall back to, they had to take a leap in new intellectual property. And so when they had to take a leap, they had to invest time into it. They had to wait for it to develop. But nowadays, that's not so much the case because they can always go back. They can always do a reboot. And in 2020 was the year of the reboot, wasn't it? We had so many reboots across film, across gaming, across all interactive mediums, entertainment mediums as well. We just had reboot after reboot, and this has now cost the entertainment industry. I think it's not a good trend because, well, when they reboot something, they don't they take what was good at the time and what was appropriate at the time, and they try to twist it and make it different for the times nowadays, just to bring out the nostalgia, just to kind of check in the nostalgia and get paid from nostalgia. This is very difficult. This can be very it's like flipping a coin, basically. If you don't have the right people in it, if you don't have people who actually understand the IP, who were there, who did it in the first place, you end up kind of tainting the IP in the first place. One example was that Velma is the Scooby-Doo relaunch, and her new show, Velma, they thought, hey, you know what? Scooby-Doo is a great series that people love. Why don't we just milk them? And so they went and made Velma. They made a prequel where Velma is a different skin color, which doesn't matter, I guess, really in the grand scheme of things. They made Shaggy not actual Shaggy. But the thing is, they try to change it so much, and they try to make it they try to make it so relevant in today's time and for today's society, and they try to make it say something when it doesn't need to say something. A cartoon doesn't need to be socially relevant. A cartoon doesn't need to be it doesn't need to say something. It doesn't need to have a comment. But it feels like in Hollywood and entertainment nowadays, everything needs to say something about society. Everything needs to be inclusive. Everything needs to say something about everything. And this is what you get. You get a 1.3 IMDb show that absolutely fails. And what that does is it cuts off the IP. It completely cuts it off. Anything that comes out after Velma, people are going to be looking at it with skepticism. Where beforehand, everything that came out from Scooby-Doo, you're like, I know what Scooby-Doo is. It's the dog and the crew that solve mysteries. But now they've revamped it for modern audiences, and it's now Velma, the diversity crew, without the dog, aren't really solving mysteries. They're just living a high school life or something. It's like, guys, come on. Guys. Please. And because of this trend, and because of this trend of reusing IP and not giving IP times to develop, you get to the issue where if you do want to make something that stands out, if you do want to make something that that is actually good and enjoyed by the people that watch it, and also on the same hand, something that does say something about society, something that does represent all people groups from society. If you use old IP to give to have a modern commentary, you'll have a clash. And because of this trend, new IP that can have a comment and that could possibly have a better impact on society, the way they're trying to do it here, is stuffed and it's cut. The roots are killed before it even has a chance to take off the ground, just because the people who are funding these shows are interested in money and quick money, and the people who are writing it, the artists, are too busy trying to push an agenda. Sometimes, most of the time, I feel like. And so the entertainment aspect, what actually grabs people, where is it? Who's taking care of the entertainment if everyone's focused on either making a point or making money? Anyway, the fifth point, content creators won't be confined to social platforms. Okay, to break it down, content creators, as we know them today, are going to begin to expand outside of their platforms, outside of YouTube, outside of Instagram, outside of TikTok, wherever you know them from, and they're going to begin to get in elsewhere. So an example of this is Mr. Beast. Now, Mr. Beast, for those of you who don't know him, Mr. Beast is a content creator on YouTube, and he's one of the biggest content creators on the platform. Every YouTube video he releases does gangbusters. And then reject all. Come on, I just everything he does just is huge. If we go over to his channel, 97 million views. And all you have to do is just go through his videos. 97 million views, 82 million views, 110 million views, 88 million views. And so he's getting big views per video, right? However, he's now moving away from just YouTube into something a little bit different, into consumer marketing. He released Chocolate Bar. And as apart from the Chocolate Bar providing content for his YouTube channel, which it is now, it's also giving extra streams and extra income. We also have what's his name? Oh, I forgot his name. He's making pizzas. He's now selling sauces. And so I think the article is saying that in 2023 we're going to see a lot more creators branch out of just their platform into something more, into more creative and more sustainable aspects. Because again, if advertising budgeting goes down, creators have to get that money. Oh, sorry. Creators will have to get that money elsewhere. So yeah, as we reflect on the past, 2022 heralded the initial waves or seismic shifts across the gaming and digital media landscape, as these industries continually work to adapt to these changes. Both the promising and the challenging, I expect many of these trends come much closer to being fully realized this year and beyond. So yeah, thank you very much, Forbes. Thank you very much, Jennifer Aker, for this article. And yeah, so those have been the trends to look out for in 2023. Just to summarize, we've seen a lot of trends tend to follow what the financial and social impacts of society, of the world, tend to be. And so because of financial times and us trying to recover from COVID, from such a big event, us trying to recover from that is still having impacts on our day-to-day, on trends, design trends across. And so in interior design, we see more moving towards sustainability, because of the environmental impact and the movement towards that. We see more reusability and recycling of items. And so in graphics design, you look at society and we see this expression, people trying to express themselves and kind of be represented. Everyone wants to stand out. And so we see in the graphics trends and design trends more expressionism. And again, in the entertainment industry, because of the financial aspects, people are looking to stay sustainable and maintain sustainability and to keep the income coming. And so you have changes like reusing IPs and relaunching IPs and not giving new IPs time to develop, or esport companies having to change the way they work and having to branch out of just esports to maintain their esports aspects. So yeah, that's an interesting look at 2023 and what's to come for 2023. So now I am going to take a quick break, about 5 to 10 minutes or so, just give my voice a little rest. And when we get back, I will be working on some personal projects. I will be looking at portfolio stuff and answering any questions if you guys have any. So yeah, okay, let me just set everything up. Just the be right back thing. Okay, where am I? Yeah, there it is. Okay, cool. We'll be 10 or so minutes. Bye-bye. Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back. Why am I being so soft-spoken? Any more lights? Brighter. We back. That's right. We them boys. Hold up. Cool. So what we do today is finish up the Vibes Cola mock-up, and maybe make a presentable kind of like slide to go with it, to put my portfolio. But before I do that, I need to make other versions of Vibes Cola. For those of you who weren't there, Vibes Cola is a AI. I needed something to put my portfolio for kind of like product making and product design and labeling. And so I went onto AI and I made a brand, I guess, called Vibes Cola. We have 3 different flavors, original vibes. What was the other ones? Hold on, let me get it up. No. Oh, I transitioned to the wrong screen. The flavors are original vibes, ginger lime, groovy ginger. And we also have lovely peach. So we've made a logo, we've done that, crossed that out. We've also done a visual identity, crossed that out. We need to do one mock-up of each flavor, and then we're going to do a promotional image. So this is Vibes Cola, the vibiest drink around. Experience the fizz. Don't just drink cola, vibe with it. Yeah. Would you drink Vibes Cola if this was a thing? Unlimited vibes with every sip. Endless vibes with every sip. Okay. So I need Can I copy the artboard, please? Yeah, so here's the logo. Let's make another one. Artboards. New artboard. Oh, there we go. It just kind of does that. Okay. Get this in here. Okay. What's the next one? We're going to do ginger lime. It's called groovy ginger. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. Do something with the E. Bring it down a little bit.
Put some socks on with a coat over a hoodie. Put a hair back just to put the stain on top of head of noogie. I'ma put on kicks and
What
black
is
and
this
white and
song? No way. Skip that. Yeah, yeah. Wait, when was... Wait, I didn't even see that comment till now. Yeah, Zelda, fam. There's some Zeldas in here in this playlist. It's the first time listening to it. But I'm vibing to it so hard right now. Wait. I just... Oh, this is Minecraft. Yeah, Breath of the Wild 2 is gonna slap. I hope, anyway. I hope the Switch can keep up. I hope it can keep up. That's my one worry with the Switch at the moment. It's not being able to keep up with software, the games. Oh, we've got Earthbound music in here? Alright. Damn. There's no need. Damn. Alright. This song is whack. Skipping this. That's all we needed. Groovy ginger. Well, it's groovy and gingerish. Well, it's ginger's more yellow, but there's lime. But I don't want to lean too much into yellow because this already has yellow. So let us see. What's the last flavor we got? It was a peach, right? Lovely peach. Would you drink a peach flavored fizzy drink? Oh Lord. There you go. Page. Now for the recolor. This song is a vibe. Ding, dong, 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 dong. We go for like an orange. Should go for more of a pink. Okay, this is like a yellow-red mix. Be like, yeah. Something like that. Let's see if that looks good. Is it legible? Doesn't look very legible actually. I think it needs to be a darker peach. Maybe slightly darker. Still vibrant. This is just orange. But I don't think it's that bad. Yeah, nice. I'm gonna orangey color, maybe. Like that. Oh, that could work. Like this. Maybe. Yeah, this doesn't make sense. Make it like this color, maybe purple.
It's amazing how strong that song was.
Music is powerful, man. It speaks to a primal pit in our brains. It makes anyone want to get up and get their knees going. Gotta get them pumping, pumping, pumping. Boom, 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 boom.
I want to let y'all know this is classic hip hop right here. This history right here.
What do you think? I think the ginger one looks really good actually. I think this one needs a bit of work. I do think it's the purple. It's just not doing it for me at the moment. Get a bit darker. Peach is basically pastel orange, but orange just looks like orange. Can't go yellow. But then purple was really... Blue doesn't make sense. So purple is like the only kind of color we can do. Unless we go pink, like hot pink. Maybe a softer... Let's bring down the saturation a bit. Like this. Okay. That's okay. It's not that bad. Add it to the color. Save. Okay, let's export these and try to put them on a can. There you go. Okay, that's saved. Let's save the other ones. And then lastly, we're going to do a... All right. We've got a 3. Cool. Yeah. Okay. No, I think it's good. Again, I would love to make small changes and stuff. I don't think we have that much time, especially since this is like a two half-day projects. So I just need to get move on and actually just get work finalized and done. Just need to boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? Now, I'm trying to think, what's the best way to wrap and make a cylinder? I know there's a 3D feature in Illustrator. You just open a new file. Yeah. I don't know how limited it is though, so we'll just give it a try. Check in the original color in here. Oh no, that's Vibes color, whatever. Windows 3D materials. Cannot apply as multiple instances. We should be fine. Wait, so if I did this, make it purple. Create. Okay. Well, it's something. Oh, Lord. What is going on? Taper. This is very broken. This is offset. Cool. Okay. Material. Can I add... Okay, can I add my own graphics? Okay, no, that is not. Add a material? And then is it just a case of... Let's figure out if it works. Where am I? Oh, it needs to be it can't just be an image. Okay. Ooh. No. No. Just delete that. Okay, what did I just do? I might I don't want to open up Blender and have to learn Blender just to do a concept, but okay. Let's delete that. We'll start with a circle instead. More of a can shape, and then we can extrude. Extrude it like this. Can I bevel? Oh, okay. So we can actually make it look like a can. That's cool. I like that rotation. Isometric top. Okay. Can we bevel bottom as well? Yeah, nice. That, let's decrease it just like this. Okay, we have this. Can we now just wrap a texture over it? That is the question. Add material. Okay, let's go to Google real quick. Okay, there's a map art. Okay, it's something called map art. I wonder where I could do that. Oh, is it this thing? No. Lighter? Nope. Map art. Map art. Object. Would it be in here? Expand. Export 3D object. Rotation. Oh, there's some materials here. Oh, I can make it wood. Look at that. That's not what I was looking for. I'm looking. Let's go for default. Graphics. All material graphics. No, that's not what I want. Ah. What's it called? Map art. That was the most useless tutorial I've ever seen in my life. Okay. Okay. Add single graphic. Wait. The image is a linked file. Embed the image to use as a graphic. What? Object. Okay. Okay. Is this it? Is that? There we go. Okay. Okay. Right, so there's something there. Right? Okay, change the scale. Let's add rotation. A bit more. A bit less. Oh, we're doing it. We're doing it. One, 3, 6. Cool. And now I can move it up. Change the scale. Let's scale it up. Okay, too much. Five. 90. Okay, what will help if I just color this red for now? And then go over here. 80. 80 is too much. Maybe? Wait. Awesome. 1, 3, 7. Okay. Right. There you go. That doesn't look too bad. Right? I mean, of course, yeah, it's really low quality. It's actually really bad. But I mean, it could be worse. Hold on. Let's just make this. Let's make that this color. Kind of. Okay. If we save, right. Okay. Let's open recent. What? Okay. If we save it as a SVW, whatever it is, SVG. SVG. Use our board. Okay, we got the. Oh wait, no, that's. We need to make this invisible. Do it again. Oh, let's go. It's up. Dun, 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 dun. All right, who recognizes this song? Shout out to the OGs that know this song. Oops, doesn't match up, but that's fine. What? It's actually quite ugly. It's actually very ugly. It's not very good. It's not very good at all. But it was worth a shot. Oh. Don't forget to stretch. Don't forget to drink your water. Okay. Do not save. Oh, that's me. Okay. We got the shape. Something. Oh, okay. Well, it's being discontinued, so... Oh! 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 You're inside the drink. Wow. No, that is not what I wanted. That is, okay. Undo. There you go. Oh, look at that. That's really cool. That's actually really cool. Not what I'm looking for. Maybe if I... Whoa.
This is for you.
No. That's... Oh, is this it? The Cinderella look? Might be it. I think this looks like it. This looks like it's... Huh. Okay. Let's try and do that with this one. Cylinder. Oh, stretch. And then this is width. There. Bring it in a bit more. Bit more. Okay. And so all I have to do is go in here and make a mask. Okay. Wait for it. Let him cook. Let him cook. Wait, okay, no, it's not as... wait. We still need to... It's not exactly that. Okay. Which one looks best? I think we need to add multiple layers. This one multiply, and then we're going to add one for darken colors. Let's duplicate another one. I think it needs a screen just to brighten things up, but then here we go. Look at that. I'm happy with that, kind of. Okay, now we need this one. This one needs to go down a bit. Actually, this one. This one's irrelevant. Let's add a light. Put it on top. Go. I want to add a hard light. There you go, Vibes Cola. The vibiest cola in the business. And we can go in here and we can change it to Groovy Origin. Oh, Groovy Ginger. What happened there? Wait. Let's check this one instead. That one broke. Alright. And so this one should update. Yeah. Hello? Are you updating? Press save. There you go. Super shoops. Oh yeah. That's true actually. That's true. Let's see how the original look. Original vibes. What's the original vibe saying? Save. All right. Okay. That looks so good. Well, not so good. It looks good. It looks good. It looks okay. Nice. Just in time as well. Wow. Every single time we do this, it just always finishes just on time. You know what? Wow. Thank you, Lord. Look at that. That looks cool. Nice. Okay. Now I need to figure out what I'm going to have for lunch. So I don't know what. What's for lunch? What's for lunch? What are we having for lunch? Anyone tell me? Tesco meal deal for me today. Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm having, I still don't know. I am going to the gym, and by the gym there's a bunch of stuff like Tesco and Greg's if I really want. So okay, well, that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for keeping for giving me some company, and I'm happy to be your company. It's been a pleasure, and thank you very much. I will be back tomorrow, maybe. Keep an eye on Instagrams and the socials and stuff. Links down in the description, by the way, if you want to get in touch and keep in touch. So yeah, thank you very much for coming. Have a great rest of your day. Hope it's just as productive as the beginning, and peace. Bye.